Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Gemma, and joining me this week, I have the one and only Trev. How are you, Trev?
Hey, Gemma, I am okay. Missing Kirk, like I'm sure you are, but we will power through somehow, won't we?
We will, yes. Poor Kirk has internet issues this week, so
Yeah.
hopefully
Oh,
it all
no pun
works out.
intended when I said power through. That I didn't mean a shot that he didn't have power. It just,
Sure, sure.
I really did, I swear.
It was a good one, though.
Yeah, well, I'll take credit for it.
Well, thank you for being here. And we have another big show. We're going to talk about Pokemon Pokopia, of course, which just came out and is doing amazingly. We've got another direct, a Mario movie direct, presumably the last one. New Mario Wonder trailer to talk about. We've got Kirk's Corner, which we're going to rebrand this week since he's not here, as Gemma's Junction. And then we've got the games we're playing, of course. So let's start off with Pokemon Pokopia, because this game has been so well received, and the game came out on March the 5th. 4 days in, Nintendo said they have sold 2.2 million copies, which is great. That's a lot of copies. I think this places it in the top 4, I think it was, of Switch 2 titles. Did you see this?
Yeah, it leapfrogged, what was it, Hyrule Warriors and Kirby Air Ride.
Yes. Yeah. So I think Mario Kart World, of course, is number 1 because it was a pack-in sort of game. Donkey Kong Bonanza is still a bit higher, so is Pokemon Legends CA. But yeah, 2.2 million in 4 days is phenomenal. And I have tried to seek out a copy for myself because it is sold out everywhere. And I want to know if you're having this, or if you've noticed or read about this being the case in the US as well. But I believe it's more or less across the globe. In Australia, at least in Brisbane, I have been trying to get a copy, and my journey started last Monday, which was 4 days after it came out, so the 9th of March, because it came out on the 5th. I went to EB, and I wasn't even there for this game. I was just there for something else. And I said to the sales clerk, "Hey, do you have Pokemon Pokopia?" And they're like, "No, it is sold out everywhere." I'm like, "Oh, okay." That was my first indication that it was doing pretty well. So then I decided to look online and see if I could find a copy, because I decided I needed this game. So I I need it because, for a couple of reasons. We did get a review code, so thank you to Nintendo Australia. I'm not reviewing this one. We need to share the love a little bit. So someone else in the team is reviewing this one, and I hope they're enjoying it. But I still wanted to play it, I think, because it could very well be in our top 10 games of the year based on sales and reactions so far. Everyone's talking about this game. Everyone's really enjoying it. So I wanted to play it so that I could include it in my top 10 if that's the case. And also I just have a bit of FOMO, I think. And Trev, you and I are, we've recently at least been enjoying our Pokemon games. So I don't know if you have any interest in this at all, but from a Pokemon perspective, even though it's a bit different in the sort of the genre that it fits into, do you have any interest from that perspective? Being a Pokemon, I would say you're a Pokemon game fan now.
Yeah, mild. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
is difficult to not get caught up in the
Mm.
hype, and you see, like, your friends playing it, and, you boot up the Switch, and it's like, "Oh, I got so and so playing it," and then you go on social media, and people are talking about it. So from that perspective, there's a little bit of a temptation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, what I found interesting, though, with the sales of the physical copy, I mean, it's not even a full-blown
Mm.
physical, it's a game key card,
Yeah. Yeah.
and for all that we knocked that, I mean, it's not quite full physical, but it is a step up from just a code, right? Because you
Yeah.
do have
Mm-hmm.
a card you can swap or sell. So
Mm-hmm.
I just found that interesting.
Very interesting. Yes, I agree. So I looked at all of the sort of usual outlets online that in Brisbane, Australia, that you would buy this game from. It was sold out everywhere. So I ended up going back to EB Games on the Thursday, so the 12th, and just randomly, because I was walking past, and I said, "Hey, do you have Pokemon Pokopia?" I had heard that shipments were coming in on Friday the 13th, and I thought EB might get them early. So I went in. They did get them early. They got them on the Wednesday, and they were sold out within like an hour. So, so by the time I got there on Thursday, they were gone. And I said to the clerk there, I said, do you think they didn't give enough copies, or is it just actually that popular? And he said it's just that popular. Like, he didn't even hesitate. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really good. This is great that this is doing so well. So I tried a few other stores, and then in the end, I just downloaded it. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I couldn't hold out any longer. And it was a bit more expensive, the download, which is, the other reason why the physical would have been better. Plus,
Wait,
the physical,
the digital's more expensive?
yeah.
That's
I
weird.
think, yeah, well, I think there was an introductory price from what I
Oh,
could see. So in Australia, the download price was 109, but they were selling it for like 85, 89 at certain retailers. JB Hi-Fi was getting more stock in on the 13th, but there was going to be 99. Like the original price was already over. So for $10 extra and the risk of it not being available anyway, I thought, look, I'm just going to get it. Then I can at least play it Thursday night. And, I'm glad I did. And I will talk about my gameplay experience in the games we're playing, because I have been playing it, obviously, and enjoying it. I will spoil it. I have been enjoying it a lot. I think, like you, I had a mild interest from the very beginning just because of Pokemon, but I'm not really, I've said this many times, I'm just not a super sim life management kind of player. Like, I like Animal Crossing, but I'm not obsessed with it. And this was a bit too much like that for me. But whoa, it's so good. It's it's so good and so cute. But we'll save that for the games we're playing. Anything else you wanted to add about the sales, or just generally this release window and what you think about that before we move on?
I will add one more thing about the
Sure.
sales. I think for because there's always going to be some people who try to put a negative slant, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
may be like, oh well, it did 2 million, but ZA Legends did what, almost 6 million, and or whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be in its first week. But I don't think that's a fair comparison for two
Mm.
reasons. First of all, this is a spin-off game, right? It's not a mainline game.
Mm-hmm.
But also, ZA Legends had a heck of a ton of sales on the original model Switch,
Mm.
even more than Switch 2, where Pokopia is just a Switch 2 game.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
its audience is a lot more limited. So I think when you take that in context, it's a spin-off working with a smaller installed base. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're exactly right there. It is a much smaller install base. The Switch 2 has only been out, what, 9, 10, how long has it been now? About 9 months? Something like that, since
Yeah.
June. Yeah. So, yeah, and the latest sales data, what was it, 17 million? That was as of, was it December? So it'd be more than that now, of course, but still,
Mhm.
compared to the Switch, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
what, 100, was it 150? What was the latest?
Yeah,
155?
it's
Something.
I think it's closer to 160 maybe
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
at this
crazy,
point.
crazy. So you're 100% correct there. I have seen a lot of people online saying, "I had to buy Switch 2 to get this," which is also great, and maybe that will
Wow.
help the install base a little bit. So
A system seller.
yeah, which is really interesting. Yeah, really, really interesting. And some people sort of comparing it to Animal Crossing in the sense that that came out during COVID, and it was that comfort game during a pretty, tough time in our lives. And some people are saying this is the game we needed right now for it's not COVID times, of course, but the world is not a happy place right now. There's things going on. We're not going to get into the politics of it, but there are obviously things going on that are stressful. And people are saying, hey,
Mhm.
this game came out at the right time. We needed this comfort sort of comfort game to help get us through. So, yeah, I think that's an interesting comparison too. So maybe that's helped a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, it's surpassed what I thought it would do. So in
Oh,
terms of
yeah.
sales,
Same.
yeah,
Same.
yeah, yeah, very interesting. So let's move on. So there was another Mario movie, Mario Galaxy movie direct to celebrate Mario Day, I suppose it was. So it was probably the 9th for you though, right? I think it was on the 9th, not the 10th of March in the
Oh, was it? I
US.
didn't even notice. I
I
thought it was
think
the 10th.
so. It was
Well,
the
maybe
10th here. It was Tuesday the 10th here, but I thought it was Monday afternoon for you guys.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
whatever. It's fine.
I didn't pay attention, I guess.
Well, what did you think of this? I mean, the cast was shown. They all had a little bit of a spiel to say, and they showed the latest
Yeah,
trailer. Did you enjoy this?
I did. I liked the cast messages. I feel like you could, and of course they're actors, so I mean, who knows how much is
Mhm.
acting, but I think you could see like genuine excitement from like Anya and Jack and
Mm.
Bree.
Oh, Brie, she
and
was lovely, wasn't she?
yeah, I didn't even recognize Brie at first because I was
No.
used to seeing her with the blonde hair.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, wait a minute." But and I think it helps when people are gamers and they like video games. I
Mhm.
think that makes a difference when you're doing a movie that's based on a video game property, so
Yeah.
I like that, the trailer itself, it seemed more intense, I
Mm.
think, than the first film. I was watching
Yeah.
like, "Wow, this looks really, maybe edge of your seat a little bit for maybe little kids." So I don't know.
Mm.
Did it spoil some things? I mean, maybe, but we're in the gaming industry, we probably already caught wind of a lot of that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
It's hard to avoid, but it got me
Mm.
excited for opening week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. It's a good question about the spoilers because I do feel like we've seen a lot of this movie in the trailers. For example, they did show Wart, and I was wondering if Wart, I think you and I both wondered if Wart would be in it because there was that strong Mario Brothers 2 connection in one of the earlier trailers with Birdo and was it Mouser and the crab, what the crab
Oh,
guy?
yeah, Claw Grip.
Claw Grip, I can never remember his name. And I'm like, well, Wart's probably there, and he is. I'm glad. You know, I've always been like, where's Wart in everything? Not that I love Wart, but I just think it's funny that he was just this random boss that has never really been in anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forgotten.
So he was introduced. I think the messages from the cast were really nice. Like you said, they seem pretty passionate. I love that, and I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, that Mario and Luigi are sticking together. Remember I said this? I'm like, I think they're going to stick together throughout this movie because people were
I
kind
do.
of bewildered that they weren't together in the last movie a little bit. Like after the first 20 minutes, they were separated, and they're like, we're together in this whole movie. Like, just rest assured, we are together. I thought that was quite funny. So.
Yeah, I think it was good that they emphasized that they're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
brothers working side by
Yes.
side.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, Jack Black is always very, you know, charismatic and energetic, and he's great. Brie, like you said, she was just, I loved her. She just seemed so genuine and excited. It was just really nice, I thought. So,
I don't
uh,
blame her. I mean, if we were in doing it, I'm sure we'd be, over the moon too.
oh,
So
absolutely. Yes. Yes. It would be super exciting. So I'm really stoked to see this game. Tickets for the opening week or whatever did go on sale sort of last week as well as when this direct launched or after Mario Day. So I tried to get online and get some tickets for myself and my kids, but they didn't seem to, at least in my area, they hadn't opened all of the cinemas. So I'll have to check again this week and see. Like, I didn't want to do what they call the 4X, which is like the seats that move and vibrate. I don't really need to do that. I want to do like the gold class, like the one where they bring you the food and you can recline and that sort of thing. So I'm waiting for that to be open and I will book tickets because I will see it straight away. So yeah,
oh,
definitely
nice. I
happening.
like the moving seats.
Yeah, I've never done it. I just feel like I don't really
Yeah.
want my seat to move when I'm watching a
We used
movie.
to back in the day,
Yeah?
back when we lived closer to the theater, but we also
Yeah.
had it was like a movie pass type thing. I don't know if you know what that is, where you have like a monthly thing, and then you can see basically however many films you want.
Oh, cool.
Um, I
Mm.
think the company might have gone bankrupt because I don't know how it was feasible. But
Yeah, yeah.
basically, my wife and I would see any movie, but
Oh, yeah.
especially if the movie supported those moving chairs, because we didn't have to pay any extra. So it's like
Oh, that's a
I'd go
good
and get a
deal.
back massage, watching
Yeah,
Mission Impossible or whatever. So
really? I guess I should
yeah,
try it before I knock it, but I just feel like I wanna just relax in the movies. I
yeah.
don't know.
Certain movies take more advantage of it. I don't know if the Mario movie's going to be one,
Mm,
but any movie
yeah.
with a lot of action, a lot of like I mentioned, Mission Impossible. He did like a halo dive out of a plane, and it was
Mm.
like 5 minutes of just nonstop shaking and.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. I don't know, I don't need that, but, the massage aspect does sound good, so
Oh, I tell
yeah.
you, it does. It's a novelty. Your kids would probably get a kick out of it. It's
Yeah,
not the
true.
sort of thing I would pay money for to do over and over, but
Mm,
it's a
mm.
one-off thing because you're probably going to get like. Do they have like the special popcorn bucket where you are and stuff like
They
that?
do, there's a Yoshi one where he's holding an egg, I think, and the popcorn's in the egg, I think,
Yeah.
I saw.
So go nuts, get everything.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It looks like something you'd get at Super Nintendo World in Tokyo. Like, we got this star popcorn bucket that you sort of hang around your neck and you can just eat popcorn while you're walking around. And then yeah.
Sounds like
So
something Homer Simpson would like.
yes, yes. Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, they introduced a lot of the other voice actors as well, including the Yoshi voice actor, who the guy's
Donald
name's escaped
Glover.
me. Glover, yes, of course, which was really cool. So he's the voice of Yoshi, which, I don't know how much Yoshi's gonna say. It might be like an I am Groot situation where he's just saying Yoshi.
I wonder how much it's funny you say that, like, I wonder how much, like, Vin Diesel got paid
Yeah, I
to
don't
do
know.
that, and I wonder, like, in Glover's case, what his salary is, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, I'm sure there's little, like, Yoshi-esque sound effects, though, like,
Yeah,
"Woo!"
probably.
or I can't do it,
Yeah.
but
So that's really cool. The excitement is building. It comes out it's April the 1st, I believe. Is it the 1st or the 2nd? Might be the
it's the
2nd.
1st.
Okay, it's the
April
1st.
Fool's Day, unless they're messing with us.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So yeah, very soon, couple of weeks away. Cannot wait to see it. The other thing that they said was that there is a daily collectible card, like from the Nintendo Today app. So I was wondering if you had looked at that, Trev, and if you were collecting those.
I am not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm looking right now as you're saying it,
Yeah.
but no, I'm not interested in digital card collecting. If they were like real cards, like you could get from like my Nintendo or something, I would probably do that. But
Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not super into digital cards either. I think it's not weird exactly. Like, it's cool and they look awesome, but I mean, physical is just so much better. But of course, I am collecting them. So, and I was wondering if I should be sharing them online, but I don't want to spoil what's there. So I've got one, two, three, four, five, six so far.
will the app even let
Yeah.
you share online? I thought they disabled
Well,
most
they
of that.
did because there's a share button, but it just shares a link to the app and like a screenshot of not the actual card that you just got, but the main, like the Mario Galaxy card kind of thing, like the overview, whatever you want to call it. So
Mm.
it doesn't really share. You'd have to take a screenshot, I guess, and post it that way. But again, I just didn't know if people would want to see what card 30 is or whatever. So I
Mm.
haven't done that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just a fun little thing to do every day, especially as it gets closer. I might forget a day and then I'll be really annoyed if I miss a card. So yeah.
You'll have to set a reminder with your like Alarmo or something.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a good idea. They really should integrate it that way, shouldn't they? Don't forget to check your Nintendo Today app.
That would be good. I'm surprised I haven't.
Yeah, yeah, me too. So, in more Mario related news, there was a new Mario Wonder trailer that came out during the week. And this game comes out on the 26th. So, this is the Switch 2 edition, I should say. Obviously, Mario Wonder is a thing that already exists, but the Switch 2, do you want to say the full name? Forget.
Um, Super Mario Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus meet up at Bell Park.
Nice.
Something like that.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, I need a shot of my inhaler.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. So I'm getting more and more excited about this game as they show more off. I'm a huge Mario fan, of course, so it's easy to get excited. I would love a new Mario game more, and I would love dedicated new levels more. I still don't really know what's happening with the Kooplings. It looks like it's new content to me,
I
but let's go
know.
through some of the highlights because they mentioned kind of these areas that you can go to for multiplayer. And I thought this Tour Plaza that they mentioned, I don't remember seeing that before. So there's these attraction zones where you can do your local play, your game share play, whatever, and your online play. Tour Plaza looks like you can set up 5 games in a row or something, or you can almost like a Mario Kart tournament where you can choose what to do. Is that what you got from that?
I don't remember, to be honest. Is that the area you could decorate?
No, I think that was the Toad Brigade area, I believe.
Oh, okay,
Well, at least
yeah,
they
I don't
mentioned
know.
it.
I
Sorry.
feel like they're blurring a little bit, and we've seen, like, a fair amount of this, I think, between trailers and the direct, but, yeah,
Mm,
I don't remember a whole
yeah.
lot.
There is a lot to it. It can maybe appear overwhelming. I don't know. I guess it's cool that you can walk around these different areas and choose what you wanna do. I don't know if it would have been simpler to have just a menu, but the walking around is fun, and obviously it's meant to be played together. And I mean, we certainly really enjoyed walking around Super Mario 3D World together, even though you kind of had to follow each other. It was just cute to watch each other walk around. This one, Mario Wonder, you can walk separately, I believe, right? You don't have to follow Mario or play one. You can just walk around, and you can't interact more really with the levels or anything, but you can kind of walk around and do different things and like collect. There's hidden coins and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks like Tour Plaza is maybe something I haven't mentioned before, where you can set up a gaming session to do these multiplayer games. That's what I took from that. They went through Toad Brigade again. We already know about this, but I don't believe they mentioned a number before, or I could be wrong, but 74 training courses seems like a lot, which is good. So I'm looking forward to Toad Brigade, I think, the most, because I do love a challenge, and these look like they could be challenging.
Yeah. But they
So
are existing courses,
they are
right?
existing
Like,
courses, yes.
yeah,
Yes, that is true. So there's not new content, but I guess there's new things to do. You know, collect X number of coins in a certain time
challenges
limit.
within it.
Mm, yeah. So again, I do wish it was new content, but at least it is something. Then they did mention the water elements, which I was surprised, because do you remember during the Treehouse live event, they said, we're not going to talk about that. We'll leave that as a surprise for later. Maybe they knew it was coming in this trailer, but I thought they were going to
Uh,
wait for us to discover it on our own. But anyway, this is the decorating that you were mentioning. So
oh,
I don't know if it's in the Toad Brigade area, but they mentioned it after showing the Toad Brigade. So I think so, because you earn these water things for doing the Toad Brigade stuff, I guess. So yeah, I mean, as you can probably expect with water, you are putting the water onto little seedlings and growing things. Makes sense. You can grow flowers. You can decorate the area. You can do, I think there was things called greeting flowers and instrument flowers. You give the instruments to the poplin little people walking around. There's a band. There's a poplin band, which does look pretty cute, I have to admit. So that's a fun little interactive thing to do. What did you think about all of that?
um, bringing in the life sim elements into Mario
Yeah.
platformers.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, it's a novelty. I don't know how long that is going to hold your interest,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, or how extensive the decorating is. Like, if you could totally like redo the world or something, maybe. But it looked like
Mm,
there's maybe certain specific points where you can add things. So,
yeah. I
um,
think it's that. I think it's limited. It
yeah,
kind of,
probably for like the little kids, I would think.
yeah. Have you played Mario Run on mobile?
I think did they have when it first came out on mobile? Did they have a like a trial or a demo or something? I might have.
Well, it's free. I think it's free, but if you want the full version, you have to pay like $20 or
Yeah,
something. But
I think
I,
I just did the free and
yeah,
um, I like runners, but I had my fill of them by then.
yeah,
So
no, that's okay. I just thought, because the decorating thing reminds me a little bit of Mario Run, because you can win or earn decorations in that game, and you can place them around your map, kind of thing, like a
oh,
little pipe or a little statue of someone. It kind of reminds me of that, where you're just placing elements on the map, sort of. You're
I
not
getcha.
really, yeah, does that make sense? I think, well, it's similar to me. That's what it looked like. So we'll find out soon enough. So Rosalina, they went through that again. Of course, we know Rosalina's a new character, but I want to know if you saw this, or if you might have seen it online, or did you see it in the trailer, that there were glow Pikmin in the background at one point.
I
Did you
didn't
see this?
catch it. No, I didn't actually even catch wind of it until I saw your note here.
Right. Interesting.
But I only watched it once, so
Yeah. Well, I didn't catch it either, but my son did. He and I were watching the trailer, and we're going through it. He said, "Wait, pause." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Go back." I'm like, "Okay." So I went back. He's like, "Okay, go." And I was ready to pause. He's like, "Okay, pause." I'm like, "Oh." And when I paused, I saw it straight away. I'm like, "Wait, that's glow Pikmin. What are they doing there?" So that's a cute little Easter egg. I don't know how, why. I guess Miyamoto, he's created Mario and Pikmin, so he's allowed to do that. I thought that was a nice little Easter egg. Anyway, we'll see if there are others. But obviously, people did see this, because I saw online, someone had done the same thing and done a screenshot and put it online saying, "Hey, glow Pikmin." So that's cool. The boss fights. Now, this is where the Kooplings come into play. Again, they really rush through this, which is fine. I don't need spoilers. I'm looking forward to playing the Coupling section the most, simply
I
because,
could have used a little bit of a spoiler.
yeah, well, yeah, I still don't know. Like I said at the top there, I don't know if it's new levels. I don't really know what it is. I want it to be new levels, and I just don't know. Um, yeah, the boss fights did look interesting. Like there's the giant. Was it Morton? I think he was fighting in the background. I can't remember which one it was, but he's giant, and there's like these blocks coming down. I just hope they're harder than the boss fights in the base game because they were really too easy. So that's what I'm really looking forward to and hoping for.
I am a
Yeah.
little worried that they rush over this, and I'm
Mm.
maybe does it mean there's not much meat to it? Like, I
Hmm.
feel like a lot of the trailer I had already heard of. Like, there was some fresh stuff, but a lot of it seemed redundant, and it's like, okay, I've heard enough about this. The one thing I wanted to learn more about, the Kooplings, it
Mm.
was like
Hmm.
it barely got attention. So
Yeah. Yeah.
why
Yeah.
is that? Is it so big that they want us to be surprised when we play it, or
Mm.
is it not much to it and they don't want to oversell it? I hope it's not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, I hope that you're right that it's too big, or it's big enough that they don't want to oversell it, or that they're just concentrating on the multiplayer because they think that's the selling point. But players like us want more of this other aspect. The Kooplings, we love the Kooplings, and it
Mm.
seems like more like the Koopling. What they showed was Mario or whomever in the trailer walking down a path on the world map to get to the Koopalings, to get to that level. And that's why I'm still not sure. Is that, I should have looked it up. Is that an existing level or is that a new level? And is it just the boss fight? Is that the whole level or is there platforming before it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what's to
Yeah.
expect. So,
I think there's got to be some because isn't the whole idea about you get like clues on how to find them or
mhm. Yes.
so I would imagine, but again, I don't know how that works, so it's
Yeah.
all speculation.
Exactly. Yeah. So I love the idea and the concept. I just hope it's fleshed out fully because that's what I
Mm.
want. So we will
Yeah.
see. We will see. Um, you're right though. They did go through a lot, like the Rosalita stuff. We've seen all the. They didn't go through the multiplayer games too much, thankfully, because we've seen all that. The double badges was new though, so you can now combine badges, which is kind of neat. So you can do your wall jump and your I don't know what's the Spider-Man one? Flinging webs, or the hat, your floating hat one, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. I mean, the badges maybe are a bit too helpful. They make it a bit easy, but you don't have to use them. And like they said, you could use the crazy ones. Like I don't know who's going to be invisible and hopping around on a spring, but you can.
That's their way to add the challenge,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
People like us who find the main game a little easier than we might like.
Yes, exactly. And then they went through assist mode again, which we know is a thing. The only thing I wanted to ask about assist mode, does this apply to everyone playing? Like you turn on assist mode. Does that mean all four players, if you're playing locally with four people, do they all have assist mode on or is it per
I
player?
think it would be individual because I think I don't remember the exact wording, but I think they said that way.
Okay, that's good.
Like
Yeah.
everyone, whatever your experience is, or
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'd have to rewatch the trailer, but I'm pretty sure it's per person.
Okay, I hope so because I was a bit worried there. I'm like, is this just the main menu that everyone is looking at, or is it just for that person? But you probably like I would assume you're correct because why would you want everyone to have that? That's
Yeah. Well, they only
doesn't work.
showed it, I think, in one player, so
Okay, yeah,
that's why.
I hope
But
that's the case. Mm.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm almost certain. I'd have to rewatch it, but I think that's
yeah,
the impression I got, and it'd be ludicrous if that wasn't the
yeah,
case.
yeah, yeah. It would be. Yeah, it would absolutely be ludicrous. So the other thing Mario Wonder related was that the Talking Flower came out on March the 12th. I had thought about pre-ordering this for a little while over on my Nintendo. I didn't in the end. You do have to pay for postage, and it was available at retailers. So on the 12th, I decided this is while I was hunting for Pokopia. I decided to buy it because it's my birthday month. I have a $10 discount at JB Hi-Fi for having a birthday this month. So I thought, why not? I'll
They
go
give
grab
you a
it.
discount? That's nice.
Yeah, they give you a $10 coupon if you're a member. Like if you sign up online or whatever, it's free. and they give you $10 for your birthday month. So they send you an email with a little code and like, hey, here's $10 off. I don't believe there's a minimum spend. Maybe
I was
it's
gonna say, do you have to spend like X amount or
I don't know. I mean, I spent. I mean, the flour here was $49.95 or something, and I got $10 off, so it was $39.95, which I thought was pretty decent. Um, yeah, I don't know what the minimum spend was, but anyway, it might be $20, something like that. Anyway, so it's pretty simple. Like it's not like a Lamo. I think we were concerned it might be how are they doing this and a Lamo. You do put the time into the base of it. You don't see the time. You can never like you could unscrew it and see the time, but it's not there to really be a clock. Although the flower will tell you on the hour when it is the hour. Like he'll just say it's 8 o'clock or whatever. So he does that. You can put in also your wake up and bedtime, which I thought was going to be an alarm. But what that does is he will stop talking at bedtime. He won't talk all night. You're not going to get a little flower message at 1 a.m. going, hey, it's 1 a.m. unless you unless you put your bedtime at 2 a.m. Anyway, so I'm going to press it because randomly he'll say things. I'll press it now and see what he says.
I believe in you.
So
Aw.
mostly it's like that. It's like positive little messages like have a great day. Sometimes he'll say he's bored or he'll say what's for lunch. It's really cute. I quite like it. It's quirky, which is Nintendo in a nutshell. So it's not gonna be for everybody. It just sits next to me. I've only had it for 2 days, but while I worked yesterday, it was kind of nice. Every now and then he would just say something, and I'm like, I felt like a
Yeah.
little friend at work talking to me.
Aw.
So it was kind
Didn't
of
you
cute.
I think you should was it, a YouTube short or was it on Instagram? I think you showed it somewhere.
Oh, I did put a photo on Instagram. Yes, I put
Oh,
a
okay, that's
photo
what I
up
saw,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and on my personal Blue Sky as well. But on the Pure Nintendo Instagram, I did put a photo up of the little talking flower. I think he needs a name. He's just called Talking Flower. He doesn't have a name, does he? He's just Talking Flower.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I know some people find him annoying or found him annoying. He seems to be pretty prevalent now in the Mario games. I think like he was in Mario Tennis Fever. So yeah, and now he's got his own little model. He's grown on me. I like him.
I think
Yeah.
for this episode, since Kirk is missing, we
Mhm.
should put the flower next to our Mies in the thumbnail. So
I
it
could
looks like we have
totally do
3.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that
Uh,
is good. Well, I guess I could ask the flower if he has anything to add.
How's the weather today?
Well, that is apt because for poor Kirk, it is windy and he is not able to join us. So it's kind of a little on the
Too
nose there.
soon,
Too
flower,
soon.
too
Yeah, yeah,
soon.
too soon. That is so funny. All right, so that's me with my talking flower. He does speak randomly, so you might hear him during the show. He might just speak maybe randomly, and also as the hour passes, he'll probably say what time it is. So you might get to hear him again. Let's talk music because Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury tracks were added to Nintendo Music. And I saw this. I know you put this note in, Trev, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I meant to, and I didn't. I love this game. I love this soundtrack. Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to a bit. I actually never played the Bowser's Fury portion.
Oh, okay.
I only have this game on Wii U,
Hmm.
which, is a bit of a relic at this point, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, great game, great soundtrack. Yeah, it's funny we were talking about, like, Mario 2 style influence. I feel like 3D World kinda had that with the 4 players and having
Mm.
Peach playable and, no Wart, but,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
we can wish.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's such a good point. When this game's been out a few years now, isn't it? But it is I suppose it's a little bit like what they're doing now with the Switch 2, where they're bringing out editions for the Switch 2 that have extra content, like the Belleville Park stuff, Mario Wonder, like the Kirby and Forgotten Land extra content. Mario Party Jamboree also had that. So
Mm.
this was a Wii U game that then they re-released on the Switch, and they added, the Bowser's Fury part, which was a decent campaign. It's not as big as Super Mario 3D World, of course, but it's decent and it's fun. Yeah, with this giant Bowser. I like that it continues the story a little bit as well, where Bowser's like this giant angry Bowser because he lost in the main game. So yeah, it's quite funny. So yeah, listen to those tracks. I will listen to them as well because they're cool. What else we got? We've got some more news. We've got Tomb Raider Trilogy is getting a free Switch 2 update, which is pretty neat. I know you and Kirk are pretty big fans of Tomb Raider, especially the originals.
Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, too bad he's not here to talk about it.
Do you have the
I
Switch?
do. I do. I have the original games on PlayStation, PS1,
Mhm.
and I have this collection on Switch. I forget when it came out. I think it maybe made my like honorable mention
Mhm.
for top games because they're not new games, right? They're all games from the 90s. But yeah, I think this is good news and free. We like,
Yeah.
it just goes to show you the Switch 2 updates are all over the place with pricing, but you can't beat free. And I think it'll give me an excuse to get back into them because, like, when I first played the collection, I spent so much time getting lost in the original Tomb Raider, and my wife had never played it, so we were playing together. I barely touched the second one, which was actually
Mhm.
my favorite uh, game of the trilogy. So I
Mhm.
think this will be a nice excuse to get back into it. I might have to archive some stuff because my SD card's already full, but
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Mhm. It's a problem. It happens to me as well.
Is yours? I was going to say yours must be filled up at this point too, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you download things like Final Fantasy VII and, Resident Evil 7 and, all these giant games, you kinda have to archive. So
I don't know how people who like transferred their whole library do it. Because on my
Mm.
Switch 2, I only have Switch 2 games that are exclusive to Switch 2, and
Right. Yeah.
I still can't find the space. So I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I usually clear out the review games when I'm done with them, unless it's something that I wanna keep playing, but I know I can download it again if I want to. So, I did remove it's funny because I removed Resident Evil 7 because I finished that and I finished the review, but Harrison, my son, he wanted to play it again because, there's extra content at the end that he wanted to try, like DLC content that came with the package. So, I just I just archived it and he downloaded it again, so we needed to archive something else. So I think he archived Red Dead Redemption 2, is it, that I got last year that I haven't really played as much of as I would like
oh,
to
I
have.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. So he archived that because I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to play that anytime soon, and I can download it again if I want to when I want to play it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't have to archive anything for Pokopia actually, so I must have had enough room. Usually when I do archive, I'll archive a bunch at once because then I don't have to worry about it for a while. So
All those demos you download.
yeah, well, I do. Yeah, I do archive the demos. Once they're done, I don't need them anymore. And some of them are fairly beefy as well. So yeah, there's no point having them. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. I'm very glad it's free. It says that the Switch 2 edition is actually out now, which is nice. That's the paid edition, like if you were buying it. But the free upgrade is being rolled out, they said on or start to roll out on the 18th of March. I'm not sure what that means, I guess across regions. So
Is that
it
way they get people who aren't patient and
yeah,
they can't
yeah.
wait a week
Yeah,
and they'll buy it
exactly.
now. It does have a new challenge mode too. It's not just a resolution boost.
Oh, that's
So I'm not
cool.
entirely sure what that is, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah. A new level difficulty customization plus new outfits. So yeah, there is new actual content, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kirk will probably check it out too. So
Yeah, well, maybe next week you guys can report back on how
yeah.
that fares.
You never played these games or it just been a long time?
I played the first one, I think. I worked at a video shop in the late 90s or whenever it was. Yeah, late 90s. And I did take home a PlayStation 1 for the weekend once, and I had Tomb Raider. So
Oh, okay.
that's my experience with Tomb Raider. Yeah, I mean, I've been a Nintendo kid and adult my whole life, so I've not ever owned another like PlayStation or anything like that. But I did. I did at least have it for a weekend. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I tried it. I'm very aware of Tomb Raider, and I've certainly seen other people play it, and I know it is on the it's on the Switch now, but I've
Yeah.
just not delved too much into it. I guess it's mostly a time thing. I should. It's obviously got a good reputation.
I hear you. This particular collection's probably more tailored towards people who have nostalgia for it because it
Mhm.
can play a little clunky. Like they have updated it, but um, it was an early 3D game. It was
Yeah.
same year as
Yep.
Mario 64. So
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy. A long time ago. But that's cool. I'm glad it still has its audience and people like you and Kirk do enjoy it. So, yeah, that's awesome. Next piece of news is a rating change is coming. Now, this is for Europe. Is this the PEGI rating?
Peggy, yeah.
Yeah.
You do Peggy, don't you? Is Australia do that?
No, it's just Europe. We have our own
Oh,
one in
okay.
Australia. Yeah. So
Oh, I
sometimes
guess
we,
that makes sense because when we
yeah,
get codes, Europe is separate from Australia, so that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. I don't even know what PEGI stands for. Does it have a meaning? PEGI probably stands for
I don't know.
something.
I say it a lot because I see it in
Yeah.
trailers or like if we get European codes, but I never looked it up.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like I don't know what the old levels were. PEGI.
They are the gist I got is that they're really hammering down on certain mechanics in games like
Mm-hmm.
loot boxes, microtransactions, NFT use,
Mm-hmm.
which fair enough. I'm not opposed to that, right? Because little kids especially could get in trouble. If your card's on file and oh, I want to buy this and this and this and um, but I put this in here just thinking from like a Nintendo perspective because
Mm.
there was a comment in there. I don't know exactly where it was in the article, but any game that will like punish you for not checking in
Yeah.
is automatically going to get a 12 rating. So like, how would that work with like Animal Crossing? Because like in Animal
Hmm.
Crossing, you check in at I don't know if it's the town hall or at Nook Shop. That machine will give you tickets, and each day you check in consecutively, you get more. And then if you miss a day, it resets. So by that criteria, would Animal Crossing be a 12 rated game?
Huh. That's
I feel
interesting.
like it's a slippery slope, and I'm hoping that they. I don't know how the Peggy board works. I know the ESRB is a little um, draconian, or maybe that's not the word I want, but I just hope they have good
Mm.
judgment and don't abuse. I'm particular with ratings. I hate to see like violent games get underrated, and conversely, I hate to see tame games get overrated. Like
Yeah.
I just reviewed a poker game that was teen when it came out, and they just switched it to mature.
Oh,
And
right.
I think it's just because it's gambling, right? It's a poker game,
Mm-hmm.
but
Did you know the planet is spinning?
Oh, the flower just said something.
I
Did you hear
did know that.
that?
Unless you're a flat earther, then is it
Yeah,
spinning or
yeah.
anyway, I always find ratings interesting, and there's not a real scientific method behind them, from what I know. So, I hope it doesn't affect first party games where these family friendly kid games start getting like teen ratings or even adult ratings because of a mechanic like that. Nintendo's usually pretty good about stuff like that, but um, it's just something that's I'm going to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that is a really good point. So I did find out that PEGI stands for Pan European Game Information, just FYI. But yeah,
Oh,
that's very interesting. It looks like they're being very strict about what's sold in a game, right? So yeah, anything that's with microtransactions, I guess, is automatically a 12, like you said. Anything with blockchain related items will be rated PEGI 18. So you have to be 18 to play it. But yeah, it's a really good point about the 7 versus the 12 in terms of the daily quests and the penalties, making it a 12 rating. I don't know.
yeah.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. When
Because
does this
that could hurt sales. I mean, I'm not a
mm,
parent, but I know like friends who have kids, they're
mhm.
very aware of that. And they're like, oh, I'll let my kid play E10, but I won't let him play a teen, or I'll let him play a teen, but I won't let him play an M. So I
Yeah.
would just hate to
Mhm.
see any loss of audience. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing with films, right?
Mhm.
PG-13 is that sweet spot. You go R, a lot of times you lose that family audience. So
Yeah. Is there
I hope they
nothing
use good judgment.
yeah, is there nothing between PG-13 and R?
Not in the States.
And R is 18 or 15?
17, I think.
17. So if you're 13 to 17, you only can watch how does that work? There's a big gap there because we have
Yeah.
PG, which is technically I think 12. It's not like a number, but it's like parental guidance is recommended for 12 or under. And then it's MA. Oh, sorry, then it's M, which is recommended for 15 and over. But then MA is strictly for 15 and over, and 8R is 18, like strictly for 18 and over.
Mm.
So yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more there. You don't have M ratings. There's nothing between PG-13 and R. There's no M. Mature.
I guess M would be R.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's really
And
interesting.
I mean, they rely on parental judgment, I suppose. But
Yeah.
like I said, for every parent who's going to consider, why did this game earn this rating? There's some that
Mm.
just look at it and be like, nope. And,
Yeah.
and fair enough. I'm
Yeah.
not, judging how anyone does that. But there is potential where innocent games could be punished.
Oh yeah, totally. Like I look at the rating because I have 2 kids. I mean, they're getting older now, so for me, MA was always like a no because that's strictly for 15 and over, which means it's quite violent or scary. My eldest just turned 15. I have let him watch some MA stuff previously because he was 14, and I'm like, and I know him and I know how mature he is and what he can handle. So, and if I'm there with him as a 14-year-old, I'm like, that's okay. I watch some
Didn't
MA.
you say Resident Evil scared him less than it scared you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, it did scare him. He did say it was scary, but I think I was more scared than he was. So, yeah. But he did comment on it. But I won't let Hayden watch MA stuff. He's only 12, so, I'm
Mm,
pretty strict about that. So, I use those guides. So, for sure, it would affect sales. Absolutely. I agree.
mm.
Very interesting. Let us know, listeners, what you think about ratings. Do they affect you?
9 a.m.
Hey,
9 a.m.
it's 9 a.m. in Australia right now. In Brisbane. Thank you, Talking Flower. Let's move on. Are we done with the rating chat?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so.
It is very interesting, though. And it's something that isn't maybe talked about a whole lot. And I know you always do ask that question, which I really like when we're talking about games. And you're like, is
Yeah.
that rated T for teen, or is that rated? Why is that rated this way? And I'm like, oh, yeah, probably because of this or that. So
I
it's
do find it interesting,
mm,
especially when games get re-released and then the ratings change from what they used to be.
mhm.
Or, a rating can be different across different consoles or something like that. I don't know why that. I find it interesting and
Yeah.
also annoying, I guess, in a way, because I like
Yeah.
consistency, but
Mm. And like with movies as well, I feel like a lot of the older like 80s, 90s movies are PG. I don't think they would be PG in today's landscape. I think they would be M. But I think they were
oh yeah.
more lenient and they had different ratings back then. But they don't go and reclassify them. They're just PG, right? But it's like 80s PG.
Generally speaking, I think so. Because I remember even there was a James Bond movie that they had to cut a few scenes to avoid a R rating.
Ah, uh-huh.
And then when the Blu-ray came out or whatever, they put the scenes back in, but they kept the PG-13 rating.
Oh,
So what
right.
changed over a couple decades? It's just people are
Yeah.
more tolerant nowadays, or people
Interesting.
were, I don't know, it depends.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, let's move on to what we're going to call Gemma's Junction this week because Kirk is away.
Gemma's
And
Junction,
Gemma's
what's
Junction.
your function?
We have a jingle. So this is the segment where Kirk usually brings us an upcoming game or content to look forward to. So that's my job this week. So I have brought this, which is Dave the Diver has new DLC, which is coming on June the 18th. It was just announced just last week during the Future Games Show Spring Showcase. We love Dave the Diver at Pure
Mm,
Nintendo. Justin put me onto it. He mentioned it before I even knew what it was. So, do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah. And I got to review it on the Switch. It's had plenty of love over the years. It's had lots of DLC, including some Godzilla DLC, which is pretty neat. But this is called what is it called? The Jungle DLC, in the jungle, and it features new characters, new jungle locations, plural. It says new fish, a new restaurant, new mini games. So that's really exciting. Lots of new content there to look forward to. If you're a fan, the trailer. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see the trailer while we're talking because there is a trailer that they released, and it looks really good. It looks like they've added a whole lot. Like it is a new restaurant that you're dealing with, and a jungle location. Looks like there's a duck hunt element where you're shooting a duck, just like Duck Hunt from the NES.
It almost looks like to me like it would be a sequel rather than DLC.
Yes, I agree. It looks different enough to be a sequel. But I mean, maybe this is better for players who have it, that it's just DLC. I guess it'll keep it cheaper, and I don't know. I'm not sure when do they decide to make DLC versus a new game? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong was originally meant to be DLC, but I guess it just expanded and they made a whole new game out of it. So yeah.
It's
It'd be
interesting.
yeah, it is. And I guess at some point there will be a Dave the Diver sequel. And I wonder if it'll be like Fred the Fisherman or something, like a different I don't know. But yes, interesting. Let us know if you're a fan of Dave the Diver and if you're looking forward to this DLC. It's still a few months away, but we will talk more about it when it comes up.
And if you're not a fan, it's probably because you haven't played it yet. So put
Yeah,
it on your
yeah.
wish list. It's a great game.
Yes, it is. It is a great game. Check out my review on the Pure Nintendo website. I think I gave it a 9 from memory. It was pretty high.
I
It would have been a
remember.
9, I
I
reckon.
know it made our list for our top 10 at the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you haven't played it, definitely do yourself a favor and play this one. It is pretty special. It's something quite different where you're hunting for fish during the day, making sushi at night in the restaurant, using the fish that you've caught. There's a quirky story and characters around the whole thing. So, yeah, it's quite enjoyable. They've done a really good job. It has a really nice retro look to it as well, quite pixelated, but in a really neat way. Yeah, check it out. Highly recommended. Let's move on to the games that we're playing. And we have a couple here to talk about. I will start with Pokemon Pokopia, which I mentioned at the beginning of the show. My hunt for the game ended up downloading it. I mean, I'm fine with the download. It was just the price, but it means it's on the system always, which is nice. But I do like having the case as well, like you, Trev. Having the physical
Yeah.
case just looks nice on the shelf. But that's fine. It's
You know,
okay.
it's funny you say that, not to interrupt or get off
Mm.
topic, but
Hmm.
um, I do own a couple cases for games I have digitally
Oh, yeah?
where the cases were available, or you could print like a cover from my Nintendo or whatever. And I'm like, this way I'll remember I own it.
Oh,
Because what
cool.
happens, you get a ton of games and games get buried,
Yeah.
lost down the
Mhm.
bottom of your list. And then I see the case on the shelf and I'm like, okay, I do have this game on my Switch. So
That's kinda cool. Yeah, I like that. I do. So, I've been enjoying this game a lot. Like I said, a lot more than I thought I would. It is a sim, like, there is a definitely an Animal Crossing vibe to it. You play as a Ditto, as we all know from the trailer. You can create your Ditto, your human shape to a bit of your liking. So you can be male or female. You can choose your hairstyle, your skin tone, that sort of thing. It's fairly simple avatar creation, but it's nice that it's there. You can choose your clothes colors, that sort of thing as well. Then you start off in this world that really has no Pokemon or humans in it. There's something that's happened. There's a pretty good story element at play here, which I really enjoy. I think that's why I like it as much as I do, because it's not just farming or crafting. Like, that's part of it, of course, but you're also trying to find Pokemon, which is the whole Pokemon concept, right? Trying to catch them all. And there's a Pokedex. And there's little noises when you see a Pokemon. So there might be a little noise in the bush and you go and investigate. And it's like, it does the thing like when you catch a Pokemon, you know how the ball kind of goes dun, 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 like 3 times? It kind of
yep.
shakes. It does that in the grass and it kind of does this 3 shake thing with the sound effect. And a Pokemon appears. It's just these little touches that I really like. And so I have just loved finding all these Pokemon because you're a Ditto, you're a Pokemon, essentially, even though you look like a human. You have these human characteristics because you obviously have an attachment to your trainer, who we don't know where that is at this point. But because you're a Pokemon, you can talk to Pokemon. And so Squirtle is talking to you. It's translated. You can read it. It's in English. I love it. I love this so much. Like Skyther, who looks so angry usually, he's so nice. He's so cool. I love Skyther now. I'm just like, he was such a tough, kind of bad, not bad. Sorry, I didn't mean bad. I was going to say badass, but I didn't want to say that word, but I've said it now. So, normally he's such a tough cookie, but he's just really cool. There's a Combi and there's a Charmander and a Bulbasaur, and I've just found a Magikarp, and there's just heaps. I've just found an Onyx. There's so much going on. It's really, really fun to explore. Like, really, really fun. It's definitely a cozy game. Like, I know that term is thrown around a lot. This definitely feels like a cozy game. They're telling you to just, you can build a house if you want, but there's no hurry. It's fine. Do what you want, kind of thing. Like, it's very much about taking it at your own pace. But, you know, Squirtle will say, "Oh, I wonder what's over there." And then you'll meet, and I can't remember the Pokemon's name, but the boxing guy. You meet him, and then you can rock smash. And so you absorb some abilities, like Bulbasaur lets you create leaves, and Squirtle lets you squirt water. The punching guy lets you smash rocks. And so then you can clear a path and open up new areas, and that's where you find like your Magikarp, for example, because there's water. Each Pokemon likes to have a little home. So they want you to, they either come from a home, like you build a habitat and they appear in the habitat, or you find them randomly and they want a home and so you build them a home. So that's part of it as well. But it's not like I don't find it too crafty. I'm just like, I want to make a home for you. Like Magikarp needs a home right now. I need to build this for him, like or her. I just this Pokemon needs to be happy. There's a content. What is it called? Is it content level? Like how content are they? Like happy? So you can
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can check, I think that's what it's called. You can check how happy they are anyway. And sometimes and they're always happy. They're always very positive and nice and polite. But sometimes they're like, "Oh, I kind of want this, you know, I miss this. I would like some heat." Like Charmander wants some heat near his home. So you build him a little campfire or something. It's adorable. I cannot emphasize enough how adorable this game is. Like watching them snooze next to the campfire with little Z marks coming out. It's just like it's so cute. It's so so cute. So I think if you're a Pokemon fan who's at least doesn't mind cozy games, I think you will enjoy this. Like it is just it's like surpassed my expectations immensely. So I'm really enjoying my time with it. I hope I will stick with it only because of time constraints. I want to play this in the background over the next few weeks to see how I go with it because, you know, I'm only a couple hours in, right? But like I said, there is a story. You're kind of bringing life back to this, I guess, like an island. So you're watering the grass, you're watering the trees and making them appear lush and green. That's what makes the Pokemon appear. And you need to build, there's a Pokemon Center that you need to fix. So that's my next mission, to fix the Pokemon Center. And then I don't know what will happen then, but you know, there's just more and more to do and explore. So hopefully it doesn't get too overwhelming with the amount of quests to do. And talking about the Peggy ratings and the daily challenges, there's like daily purchases you can make from the shop. Like there is a crafting element. You can make furniture for your house and stuff like that. But it looks like there's things that are only available for one day. Does that count
Oh,
as
better
a
grab it before it turns to a teen-rated game.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know, honestly. It's maybe.
Yeah, I don't know either. So, yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, it's a fascinating little game, like a little side, what do you call it? A spin-off, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, they've done a good job. I think it's from the makers of Dragon Quest Builders I've seen online. So they've been involved somehow, and people love that game too. Apparently, I have not played that one, but it does have that another sort of a similar element to that. But it's really easy. You can switch between your abilities really easily. So you've got your Sky that lets you cut, you know, trees and grass and things like that, or wood. As I said, Bulbasaur lets you plant leaves and things like that. You just press the what is it, the D stick, the D pad beneath the control stick, and that just switches your power. You press that R to use it. It's really really easy. So you're just kind of walking around. Magikarp teaches you how to jump, so now I can jump, which is cool. Makes you able to get to sort of higher areas. Yeah, there's just a lot to it, and a lot to do. I'll see how I go with it. Did you have any questions about Pokemon Pokopia?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The main thing that was holding me off is
Mhm.
that I've had my fill of crafting,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
said something about how, like, the crafting wasn't bothering you, like, can
Yeah.
you elaborate on that, I guess?
It's pretty well designed, I would say, the game in general. Like I said, it's easy to switch between your abilities. There's a crafting table already there for you. So there's a few, it looks like there's a few, like one in each area kind of thing. So you just walk up to it, you choose the thing you want to build. If you've got the items, it just builds it. It's pretty seamless. It doesn't seem to interrupt the flow. Not that, you know, Animal Crossing doesn't either, but for me, it just seems like an effort a lot of the time. And I don't want to learn recipes. I don't want to have to do that. But I don't mind doing it also because it's for who was it? Oh, Magikarp needed a seat next to his water for his habitat, right? And I'm like, why does Magikarp need a seat? But okay, I went and crafted
Doesn't
him a
he
little.
just flop around or?
Yeah, he flops around. He, but I built him his little seat and made him his habitat, so he was happy. I don't know why I'm saying he. Sorry, but it was happy. And I went away, and when I came back, Magikarp has jumped out of the water and is sleeping on the seat. So that's what Magikarp needed to sleep, was this little seat. So I don't mind doing it because I'm doing it for the Pokemon, and it just seems, I don't know, it's so sweet. I just want to make these Pokemon happy. I don't know why. I just really do. I can't explain it. And the crafting isn't, but there's not a whole, like, you don't, it seems like you can craft as much or as little as you want, to me. So that's why it also doesn't bother me too much. Like, most of what I'm doing at the moment is exploring, which I like. Finding things, finding Pokemon, talking to, there's like a professor Pokemon who, is it Tangle something? I'm pretty bad with the name, sorry, but he's this big Pokemon. He was the only one there at the start, and so he's trying to help you get things back to normal, like back to having Pokemon and humans coexisting. There are no humans yet, but we're hoping the Pokemon Center will bring humans back. But yeah, it's just, you don't have to buy stuff from the shop. You don't have to craft things. I find it's more about bringing life back to the island and more about just making the Pokemon happy, and the crafting is kind of an element of that, but it's not the main thing so far.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. That's my thoughts anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I'd love to know if listeners are playing Pokemon Pokopia. If you're enjoying it as much as I am, please do let us know. And I love one little thing I do love. This is just, like I said, there's little touches like the sound effects. Because you're a Ditto, but you're mostly a human form, when you try to squeeze through an area that isn't tall enough for your human version, you go back into being a little Ditto. And I've never really, not that I don't like Ditto, I've just never really thought a whole lot about Ditto. But Ditto is pretty cute. It's like a little purple blob with this little funny smile. I like Ditto now. So I did
Aw.
not like Ditto before, but now I really like Ditto. So, when I first saw the trailer, I'm just like, it just looks a bit goofy with the arms flapping around. I don't know, it didn't appeal to me, but it definitely, it's great. It's really good. I like it. It's turned things around for me in a big way. So I was
Oh,
wrong.
nice.
I was wrong. My initial impressions were wrong, but no, that's okay. We live and learn. I'm just glad I've discovered it and playing it. Yeah. But let's move on to what you're playing this week.
I should have trusted my initial impressions.
Right?
I am playing the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, and I was hesitant to actually take this on because it's a collection of RPGs. They're not action
Ah.
platformers like classic Mega Man or Mega Man X or like Zero, which
Mm-hmm.
are the games I know. But I figured, I'll expand my knowledge of the Mega Man series,
Mm-hmm.
and um, these are games I never played. Maybe they'll click with me, and I figured they had to have been popular enough because each game has a variant, sort of like Pokemon, right? Where it's the same game, but there's a little twist. So I'm like, okay, but come to find out, these are not my type of games.
Right. Okay.
It pains me to say that. Um, First of all, they're a follow up to the Battle Network games, which were Game Boy Advance games, which I
Mm-hmm.
never played. That collection's also available, so maybe check that out to see if this collection's for you. This collection's the DS games. Um, but man, Gemma, there's just I feel so bad, but I'm not liking pretty much anything about this
Right.
collection so far. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a fault of the collection; like it's a quality collection. All the Mega Man collections have been quality, but whether it's the lead character, just I'm not finding him likable, or the movement is feeling clunky. Um, I feel like the fights are boring,
Mm. Yeah.
and I mean they're turn-based fights, so they're not going to be the same as. I'm not expecting action, but uh, I'm just finding it dull, and the encounter rate is ridiculous.
Random
Like,
encounters, is it?
yes, I had it on low. They give you options, thank goodness. I
Mm-hmm.
had it on low, and I still thought it was ridiculous. So eventually I turned it off, and I feel like I'm still running into them every few steps. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a glitch or if I'm missing something major. It's totally
Mm.
possible I am because I'd never played these games. Um, but yeah, it's just such a slow start. I'm like overwhelmed with redundant tutorials, and I just regret taking it. And I actually put a feeler in our Pure Nintendo Messenger to see if anyone else knows these games, because maybe I'm just not the right choice. Like, I love Mega Man, but this is Mega Man only in title. It's really got
Mm,
nothing to
mhm.
do with the series. It's like a whole other universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna maybe put a feeler out to the rep and just find out if they want me to continue. Because I hate to. I don't feel like it's fair to trash a collection that's probably a quality collection, but the games just are not for me at all. But
Mm.
I also accepted the code, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'll do it if if it comes to that. But I don't know.
Mm.
I just yeah, I've been having a string of good games lately, so this is a uh, surprise me and not in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. I have not played any of these before, to be honest. Were they received well originally?
I guess reasonably well. I mean, they weren't. A lot of the Mega Man games aren't necessarily strong sellers.
Mm.
We think of like Mega Man 2 and 3 on the NES, they were million sellers. Mega Man X, Mega Man 11, but I don't think any of these were especially strong sellers. And the DS, that had what 154 million
Mm.
systems sold. So uh, I don't know. I feel like they were designed for people who played the GBA games, which I never did, and maybe I should have factored that more when I
Yeah.
took this. But at the same time, you got to try new things. You can't just be picking games you're gonna like, or every
Mm.
game's gonna score high. So
Yeah. It's
I don't
tough.
know if listeners have played these games. Maybe let me know what I'm missing,
Mm.
because I'm very open to the possibility that there's just something I'm overlooking. Um, I don't know. There are three games. I mean, there's more than three because there's variants, but there's three main games, and I am going
Mhm.
to check out all of them. So I'm just basing this mainly on the first game, which is the one
Yeah.
I've been playing. But maybe they get better, or maybe they'll click at a certain point where I'll be like, now I get it. So
Hopefully.
I hope.
I didn't even know there were so many. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah. So they
interesting.
must have done well enough to get sequels. I mean,
Mm, mhm.
but yeah, I guess stay tuned for my review. And if you don't see a review, I either got someone else to take it, or I made peace with the rep who gave me the code.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, it's like a $40 collection. I don't want to take it and do nothing with it,
Yeah, that's
but
it.
I also
Yeah.
don't want to trash it for 100% subjective reasons. I mean, reviews are always subjective, but
Mm,
like, my gaming acumen, I know this is a quality collection. I can see the care they put into it.
yeah.
So.
Well, that's a bit like my next game, actually.
Oh, is it? I was going to be like, I'm
Yeah.
glad you have a game, so we don't end on a sour
Well,
note. But
it's called City Hunter. It's already out. And it is also an old game that's been ported. Quite an old game. I think it's from 1996, I want to say. I believe it's a PC game from Japan. I'm not even sure if it's ever been released in the West. And so I've had this same problem as you in a way because I played this game and I do not care for it. But I can see that people who played the original probably are happy to see it again. I don't know. It's a platformer, which is why I took it because I'm like, yeah, I like platformers. I like retro games. It's a side-scrolling platformer. It's just very old. Like it's very 90s, which that's not even a bad thing, right? But it's like there's enemies disappearing everywhere, and like you come out of the door and there's an enemy right on the door. It just spawns on the door, and so you get hit. You know what I mean? Like it's just annoying. And there's not a lot of variety. There's only 3 levels, and I really didn't know what I was doing half the time. There's no map, so there's just all the rooms, all the doors look the same. So I'm like trying to work out where to go. I eventually tried it again and got further and actually got to the boss, but then he just disappeared and I got sent straight to the menu screen. I'm like, what just happened? I didn't even fight the boss. What happened?
that's
So
weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's, like you, maybe I just don't get it. Like, maybe people who played this back in the day love it and get it. So I'm finding this really hard to review because it has lots of cool options. Like, I think it has, like, a music player, and it's got these are they comics? It's got some cool, like, an art gallery, and it's got a couple of different video modes. Like, you can do the original style or a slightly new style. It They look the same to me, but it's someone will notice. And you can do. I think you can. There's a setting also for the enemies to make them a little bit smarter, which I turned on, and I didn't find them any smarter. But anyway, there's a few settings there. So I feel like they've lovingly created this, homage almost to the original game, but I don't care for the original game. So
Mm.
how do you rate that?
You know what you got to do?
Yeah.
You got to get a second code for City Hunter. You give it
Yeah.
to me. I'll get a second code for Mega Man Star Force Collection. I'll give it to you,
Yeah.
and then we can swap notes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. Because, it is just one person's opinion,
Mm.
and it's like, well, I don't really like this
What's this
game.
game rated? I only ask because I'm looking at a screenshot here of a girl.
Oh,
Looks like
yeah.
she's topless,
I
covering her
would
bosoms here.
It must be at least teen because, yeah, this so that it's I think it's based on an anime, or they made an anime of the game. There's definitely something anime related to this. Or it's meant to look like an anime. I'm not sure, sorry. But
Looks like it's 12. I
yeah,
see a
okay.
12 rating anyway.
There's
Is
nothing
this on the American eShop? I don't even see it on.
I thought that's where I got it from. I thought the code was US. I could be wrong. But the character is meant to be a bit of a womanizer. So this is like an
Oh.
early 90s, um, you know, toy boy, whatever I don't know what the word is. And so yeah, he goes into some rooms, and there's women dressed as like a Playboy bunny kind of thing, I think. And they give him health for some reason. I don't know. Nothing really happens. She's just there, and she's like, "Ooh, you surprised me. Here's some health." I don't know, something like
Sounds
that.
like the old, what are they? Oh, the name escapes me. Forget it. Keep going.
Yeah, but it was a North American Switch 2 key, apparently, according to Asana. So yeah, it's actually a Switch 2 game. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because yeah, when you have a nostalgic view of something and you can play it again after all these years, probably you will enjoy it. Most of the time, we like seeing our old favorites come back, like Tomb Raider, for example. I mean, you said it's a bit clunky, but you still liked it, right? I
Yeah, I
don't.
did.
I guess fans would like this too, and I'm not. I don't know if anyone on the team would know this game because it is a bit obscure, being a Japanese PC game from the 90s. So
Maybe Kirk would know it.
maybe we'll have to ask him when he gets
Is it on the Macintosh?
power back. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Or
So
does it have
yeah.
Godzilla references?
It is set in Japan, but I've not seen any Godzilla references, sadly. Yeah.
Not yet.
No. I mean, there's it's a run and gun as well, so you're shooting. You're not beating people up. You're shooting. It's satisfying to shoot people, I guess. And there's a few different enemies. You can choose the level, and there's a bit of text at the start that is very long and hard to read. And it's just like I don't really know what's happening. You're sort of a PI, I think, like a detective kind of thing. And there's a company that's doing bad things, and you're trying to find the CEO, and that's the mission. So, but yeah, like I said, I got to the rooftop and the CEO just disappeared. Maybe I wasn't fast enough, but there's not really a timer, so I don't really know. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'll give it one more go. It's not a long game, but yeah, it is hard. So sorry to end on a downer as well,
Mhm.
but it's funny that we've both had that experience. Mm.
Yeah, I wonder for like listeners, would you prefer like a I feel like people want informed reviews and maybe
Hmm.
it's yeah, I don't know. It's something I wrestle with because it's like how do you review something that's probably good but just doesn't click with you at all?
Mm.
Like is it fair to give it a bad review or conversely, should you give it a good review even though you dislike it? Is that honest? Like it's like an ethical quandary almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, For this one, I'm going to have to go. I think just because the gameplay is not that great and it is very clunky, but it's a 90s game. So I don't think I can give it a very high score. Anyway, we'll see. Well, that's my problem to solve, isn't it? I suppose.
And bring out all the City Hunter fans
Yeah.
into your
Oh, God.
inbox.
Yes. Well, let me just remind you that Pokemon Pokopia is really nice and lovely. So you can end on a high there.
What does the Talking Flower think about all this?
Oh, let's just ask what Talking Flower has to say about that.
What to do today?
That's a fair question.
Well, I would probably rather play Pokemon Pokopia than City Hunter. So that's fine. Yeah, but I just feel bad because I know that the person behind it, who created this game lovingly and has brought it to Switch 2 for fans. Like, that's the passion, and it's the original game. It's not I think if I was a fan, I'd rather see the original game brought to a new system and be able to play it in its original format than, a reimagining or whatever. I hate when they do that. I don't need a reimagining. I just want the original. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're a fan, you would probably enjoy that.
Yeah.
So that's where
Or at least give me the option to access the original along with the
Yes.
reimagining.
Yes. And so maybe that's where this one could have been better, where maybe they would have been better off making a new updated version with save points and maybe better, updated graphics and maybe better hit detection and stuff like that. And then also give you the original. Like what they did, what was the one I reviewed a year or two ago that was based on a really old Atari game? And they made a completely different game out of it, like a retro.
Oh, Yars Rising?
Yes, Yars Rising. Now I love that game, and it was not anything like the original, but they put in the original, which was like a space shooter almost, a very simple space shooter. They put it in as mini games within the main game, which was a Metroidvania style, like an exploration platforming type of thing. That worked really well. I love that. Obviously, there's a lot more to the development of that. You have to create a whole new game. It takes a lot more time and money, so maybe that wasn't possible with City Hunter. But I think it would have found a bit more of an audience if it did that, if it did something different, if that makes sense. Because
No, I hear you. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I imagine the audience for City Hunter is fairly small, I would guess. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe in Japan it's huge.
You
So
said it's based on an anime?
I think so.
Yeah, so it probably has its fans.
Yeah. So in Japan, this could be really, really great and well received. I didn't see a whole lot of news about it, but this was, it's only been out a little while. So maybe, and I don't want to look up other reviews exactly, but I would like to see what
Yeah, that's tricky too.
Yeah, that's it. So
It's like we can't do that till ours is done.
yeah,
But
that's
you're
it.
curious.
So
I only really feel that way in cases like this where I feel like I might be an outlier. And it's like the temptation is, what do others think? And
yeah,
of course, in my case, there's not reviews out yet because the game's not out
true.
for
That's
a
true.
couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
that's not even, I don't have to worry about that. But
Yeah,
we do wrestle with it. We're human.
that is exactly right. Anyway, thank you for that discussion. I thought we were running on time, but we've gone well over the hour.
I thought this was going to be the week we did an hour because Kirk wasn't here.
Yes, I know, me too. But that's okay. We had a lot to say. We always do. Thank you for staying with us if you have. Did you have anything to add before we do close things off for the week, Trev?
Oh, no, I think we're good. We covered a lot.
Yeah, we did. We did. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you stuck with us. Like I said, thank you if you did. If you made it through past the hour, that's awesome. We love doing these shows every week. We thank you, listeners, so much. We love the support. We are on social media. If you'd like to follow us, please head on over to Blue Sky or Instagram or both to see what we're up to. We do have a Pure Nintendo magazine that we put together. We haven't got a schedule. I think we're aiming for quarterly is what we're going with. A quarterly magazine. The current issue is being sent out right now from Kirk. He's organising that. Thank you, Kirk. So we'll get to work on our next issue in April. So we'll look to send that out around, I would say, early June would be the goal there. So stay tuned for details on that. But the current issue is on its way out. So hopefully it is making its way to people's mailboxes in the next week or so. And that's it from us. So thank you, Trev. Thank you, listeners. And until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.
Let's give Talking Flower the final word.
Feel like you're missing something?
Thanks. Bye.